The City of Wilmington has begun hearings into the fiscal year 2011 budget. On April 19th, presentations were given to City Council on the proposed budgets for the Department of Parks and Recreation and the Department of Public Works. Romaine Alexander, Director of the Department of Parks and Recreation, presented council members with a budget of over $8.3 million, a decrease of nearly 16% from the previous year. The decrease included eliminating 3 positions, but much of the focus was on summer employment for city youth and the closing of 4 area pools.
I think the role of this committee is I think all of our #1 priority is restoring money for summer youth jobs. First dollar we grab and shake is going to come back for summer youth jobs. So I'd like to ask from you, Mr. Alexander, for every 100,000 we may come up with, how many individuals could you hire for the summer?
That would be about 100 people.
Okay.
I know we started to. Have we actually accepted applications for summer youth positions?
No, we have not. We, again, started the process and then decided that until we had some clarity on what was going on with the stimulus dollars, that we didn't want to, take those applications. We will begin that process now that we are clear that there are stimulus dollars available. We just don't know how much we're going to get.
I just think as we keep going on and on, at some point, I think if we got a third party to come in and run some pools, privatize, we could maybe save a few dollars and make them run a little bit more efficiently.
And I think Romaine and I have had the discussion of perhaps putting out an RFP to see if there is a management firm that might want to come in and have a management contract. We can't sell the pools or give them away, whatever. They are city property and they're on city parkland. But we could explore a management contract similar to what the city's done with the golf courses. So there may be some potential there to have more pools open in the future, but have someone else handle the management.
I know your department's been hit pretty hard, Mr. Alexander. It really has, and all we want to do, speaking to some other council members, is try to provide the best resources to get some of that stuff back.
As I said, we appreciate, you took a lot of cuts in your budget, and I think all of us agree we're not going to balance the city's budget on the backs of young people. We're going to try and see what we can do to help put some monies back in, but there's a lot of issues still out there that we've got to address. Appreciate your help in trying at least to come in with some budget that has some reductions. We might not like them, but things are going to have to change. Grass is going to have to be a little higher than people think, and there's going to be different changes in the way we do business throughout the city government. So, thank you.
The Department of Public Works presented a budget of $26.6 million, an increase of $4.3 million from the previous year. Also presented was a proposed increase of $3.3 million for the Water Sewer Fund, raising that total to $54 million. The $6.8 million budget proposed for the Motor Vehicle Fund represents a $37,000 decrease from fiscal year 2010. City lawmakers focus on the $170,000 increase in funds for temporary employees.
Like I said, there's got to be just a different mindset on temporary agencies throughout this government. I mean, we just can't continue to rely on those, and where there's long-term need, and at some point we need to fill it somehow, another maybe with a permanent person.
We're also not paying any benefits, pension, any of that health care.
Again, I look at these contracts and whether the individuals here from Public Works could do some of these things cheaper, because we've got $2.4 million for emergency repairs to water and sewer lines. They're the biggest ones we have with Guardian. You rattled off a couple of Hardy and so forth that we have. And I guess we want to continue to look, because can they be done in-house cheaper?
Well, the good news is with repairs to water lines, we've been budgeting at a plus $1 million level, and right now, fiscal year to date, we've only incurred about $400,000 worth of costs. So the investment.
So you got a surplus.
The investment that we're making with the temporaries, putting that third crew on, is starting to pay some dividends.
A large portion of the increased budget comes from landfill fees, which will go up $625,000 due to Delaware Solid Waste Authority raising dumping rates at the Cherry Island landfill.
This is, I guess, what you get when you give a monopoly to a company, and you can't take this stuff anywhere else. I mean, you have to take trash to DSWA.
Under state law, municipalities are required to take their trash to the solid waste supply.
Right, there's no choice.
A $1.3 million loss in state street fund aid hurts the department, but they hope to recoup that money soon. The city of Wilmington will hold budget hearings through early May. This is Paul Kennard reporting.